A new report shows facilities in the Madison School District aren't making the grade. How the district is hoping to fix the problem moving forward.
Plus, Isaac Strong. Local high school students raised thousands of dollars for a special 4-year-old boy.
This is News 3 at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. The Madison School District is looking at a potential multi-million-dollar referendum on next year's ballot.
This would go to fix up some of the age spots in the local high schools. Amy Reed joins us now from Memorial High School to show us what would be fixed. Amy?
Yeah, over the years, the high schools have had some adjustments, but the man in charge of buildings for the Madison Metro School District said it's been a long time since they've seen the robust work that they need, and now might be a good time to change that. Walk through Madison Memorial High School and you might notice its age. Paneled hallways, science labs with worn counters, and chairs in the auditorium from who knows when. It hasn't gone unnoticed at the school district.
It's been a while since we've had a major reinvestment in all 4 of these sites. The last time we really put money in a thoughtful way that wasn't just kind of fix what's broken at the site was in the 70s.
This prompted them to hire a couple architects to figure out just how much work is needed. The results were not great, at least as far as grades go. La Follette, West, and Memorial each got a C grade for their conditions, and East got a D.
Lay the foundation of where we think we are.
The district shared what they learned at the Madison Board of Education meeting last night, acknowledging any changes will take time and money.
We can't take it all on. We may be working in multiple areas at the same time, but prioritization, strategy are going to be key.
Now the district is looking at the potential for referendums for the high school facilities, anywhere from $30 million to $70 million per school. That money would fix up some of the visible concerns. And while they're at it, they can modernize the buildings to the students, teachers, and parents' liking.
And the next step, quite honestly, is the most exciting for me, where we get to work with community members, school staff, students, to really make each of these projects their very own, to make sure that if these projects continue on the path to a potential referendum, that they really do meet the needs of each unique community.
This referendum is more than a year out if the district decides to move forward with it. But first they have to come up with a plan that works for the schools and the community, and then they'll bring it to the Board of Education, who can then decide if it'll move forward.
Amy Reed reporting. Amy, thank you. There is no verdict tonight in a case involving the death of a Sun Prairie man. 60-year-old Daniel Leeske is accused in the shooting death of Jesse Faber a year ago today. After hours of deliberating, a judge sent all of the jurors home at 9 o'clock tonight. Leeske and his girlfriend both pleaded guilty to hiding Faber's body in a storage unit, but Leeske insists he did not intentionally kill him. He faces life if convicted and 12 years for his guilty plea for hiding Faber's body. The jury will return tomorrow. Authorities are investigating a homicide in Sauk County. Earlier today, News 3 broke the story that an 80-year-old man was found dead in his car on the Ho Chunk Casino grounds in the town of Delton. His name is not being released. Investigators say the suspect, 68-year-old Robert Pulvermacher, is on the run. He was last seen leaving the casino with an unidentified younger man who they are trying to identify. If you have any information, please contact police.
Prosecutors have charged a small business owner in Milwaukee County after human remains were found on a property he leases in East Troy. That's in Walworth County. 43-year-old Matthew Newman is from the Milwaukee suburb of Franklin. The criminal complaint says the girlfriends of 2 men who worked for him reported their boyfriends missing earlier this month. Police found 2 charred bodies in a burn pit on that property. They have yet to be identified, but they are 2 men between the ages of 23 and 41. The man accused of kidnapping 13-year-old Jamie Kloss and killing her parents has been transferred to a different jail. Jake Patterson had been held in the Barron County Jail since his arrest last Thursday. Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald says he moved Patterson to Polk County last night. Fitzgerald confirmed that one of Jamie's relatives works at the Barron County facility, but he called this transfer an administrative decision and said no one threatened Patterson. Authorities are deciding what to do with a $50,000 reward that had been offered in the case involving Jamie Kloss. The couple that called police when Jamie was brought to their home say they don't want it because they say Jamie got herself out. The FBI was offering $25,000. The Jenny O Turkey store where Jamie's parents worked doubled that to $50,000.
Let's go to meteorologist Dave Caulfield now on the backyard patio with our first alert forecast. Dave?
Well, Charlotte, we still do have some very light freezing drizzle falling across portions of southern Wisconsin this evening. I think up until about midnight, the chance is still there for that freezing drizzle, which is hard to see on Doppler track just because it is so light. A little bit easier on our WISC-TV Skycam in Madison. The clouds, this kind of low fog, all of it coming together and creating a little bit of a slick spot scenario across portions of southern Wisconsin, up to 32 degrees with a west wind at 6 miles per hour. So temperature is very important in a situation like this. Not too many slick spots south of Madison or west of Madison, but we have gotten reports of a few slick spots on I-39 heading north and also closer to Dodge County and Fond du Lac County as well. And we could still see some slick spots overnight into early Wednesday morning before those untreated roads or those back roads really start to improve. Wind speeds, you can see kind of where that front is now about halfway through southern Wisconsin. That will continue to march to the south and east. A little bit blustery still, that wind in some spots, so it feels more like 26 in Madison and 24 in Janesville. Starting off in the mid-20s tomorrow, we should see the sunshine for the first time in quite some time with highs near 30. We'll talk about the chances for some snow by the weekend in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dave. Police in Mankato, Minnesota say a toddler is okay after falling out of a car while strapped into a car seat. This is dash cam video from the car that was behind the vehicle. Police say the child's mother was driving when her daughter fell out of the car, but the little girl didn't suffer any apparent injuries. They say she was properly fastened inside the car seat, but the seat was not adequately attached to the car. It's not known why the car door opened. The longest government shutdown in U.S. history is about to enter day 26.
President Trump says he's not backing down and is calling on Democrats to stop playing politics. The president met with House Republicans today at the White House, hoping to bypass Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The president invited several moderate Democrats from the House to lunch, but none were in attendance. Congress is expected to cancel next week's recess if the government is still shut down. The field of Democratic presidential contenders just got more crowded. The latest addition, New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, who threw her hat into the ring tonight. The 52-year-old lawyer's congressional career started in 2006. 6 other Democrats have already announced their presidential bids. The IRS recalling tens of thousands of federal workers in preparation for tax filing season. Today, the IRS said it is calling back 36,000 workers, bringing the total number of workers to about 46,000. That's about 57% of the workforce at the IRS. The move will allow Americans to get their tax refunds on time, but at the expense of the IRS employees, most of whom will not be paid.
Questions about the special counsel's Russia investigation dominated the first day of Senate confirmation hearings for Attorney General nominee William Barr. Barr is President Trump's pick to replace Jeff Sessions, who recused himself from overseeing the probe. He previously served as Attorney General under former President George H.W. Bush. The confirmation process continues tomorrow. A federal judge in New York has struck down the Trump administration's effort to add a citizenship question to the 2020 census. The judge said today the proposal is unlawful for a multitude of independent reasons. The census determines how federal funds are allocated and how congressional districts are drawn for the next 10 years. The administration is likely to appeal the ruling. Britain's Prime Minister Theresa May is facing the prospect of losing her job after lawmakers overwhelmingly voted down her Brexit plan today. Lawmakers rejected the plan that outlined the conditions of the UK's split from the European Union in March by more than 200 votes. The Prime Minister has until Monday to negotiate a Plan B. The family of a 4-year-old Janesville boy is getting a little bit of relief in their fight against cancer.
It comes after a one-of-a-kind pep rally at a Rock County high school. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter has the story from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette with how students worked to make this day possible. Adam?
Well, Eric and Charlotte, students at Craig High School in Janesville have spent the last month and a half planning a very special pep rally. Today, they were able to finally celebrate all of that hard work. It's everything you would expect to see at a high school pep rally. The band, cheerleaders, students, and even the mascot. But today the party at Craig High School isn't for the basketball team. It's for someone else.
They just said, come to school, and they're having a pep rally, so I just was assuming I'd just come and kind of watch the pep rally.
A one-of-a-kind celebration for Isaac Johnson.
It's just incredible. see what young kids can accomplish when they put their mind to something so positive.
Isaac is only 4, but he's spent nearly the last 2 years of his life battling neuroblastoma. His mom says he's done his best to stay positive.
Even through all this, he's still a very good-natured little kid that loves to play with his brothers, play video games, superheroes, still likes to be a little boy.
In the fall, resource officer Brian Foster presented the idea of helping Isaac to the student council.
I met with them, and in 10 minutes they were on board and they had ideas to run with it.
Throughout the month of December, students did whatever they could to raise money for Isaac, organizing penny wars, a winter bash, and of course, today's pep rally, where they presented the Johnson family with the money they raised. Nearly $10,000.
I guess that's what keeps you going. You know, there's lots of lows in this, and there's highs, and when you have those low days, those are things like this is what you think about.
For 4-year-old Isaac, it was an opportunity to feel like a celebrity. For the students at Craig, it was a chance to meet someone they've been working so hard to help. And for both sides, it's a pep rally they won't forget. Now, Craig will continue to honor Isaac in February when they host Middleton in a basketball game. But as you two can probably imagine, the medical bills continue to mount for Isaac. And we do have a link on our website, channel3000.com, that will direct you directly to helping the family.
Adam Dexter live in our Rock County Bureau tonight. Adam, thank you.
We're getting our first look at the newly renovated behavior health unit at SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital in Madison. The new unit includes a redesigned, calming and therapeutic environment to help patients and their families with a quiet, safe, comfortable space to rest and heal. The redesigned and updated unit also offers clinicians greater options for addressing patient needs. The project costs about $5.4 million, $1.7 million of which was raised through donations. Still ahead at 10, why it'll soon cost you more to binge watch your favorite Netflix shows.
And UW's own Mike Leckrone is in Appleton tonight. What he's being awarded with when we come back.
A UW musical icon is being honored tonight in Appleton at the Red Smith Sports Awards banquet. Mike Leckrone paid a visit to Kimberly High School where he talked with the band members there. The Red Smith Award is given each year to a person who's made a significant contribution to sports in the state of Wisconsin. Leckrone retiring, of course, at the end of the year after 50 years at the UW. Today marks the 10-year anniversary of the Miracle on the Hudson, one of the most remarkable moments in aviation history.
U.S. Airways Flight 1549 had just left LaGuardia Airport in New York City when it hit a flock of geese and lost almost all power to its engines. Captain Chelsea Sullenberger had to make an emergency landing on the Hudson River. All the 150 passengers and 5 crew members survived. Since the incident, the government has killed thousands of Canada geese near the New York airports to head off future bird strikes. In consumer news, Ford and Volkswagen are joining forces. The automakers said they signed an agreement to develop commercial vans and medium-sized pickups starting in 2022. They also agreed to investigate how they can work together to develop next-generation vehicles such as electric and self-driving cars.
Alicia Keys will be hosting the Grammys next month. The singer-songwriter made that announcement with a special YouTube video today. She's won 15 Grammys so far in her career, but this will be the first time she will serve as the MC for the event. The 61st Annual Grammy Awards will take place at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, February 10th. Netflix is raising subscription prices across the U.S. All 3 of its plans will go up by $1 to $2. For example, the standard plan, now $11 a month. It'll go up to $13 a month. New Netflix members will pay the higher price immediately. The increase will take effect for all existing members within the next several months.
The star of HGTV's Fixer Upper, Joanna Gaines, announced this week she is releasing her first children's book. It's titled We Are the Gardeners and is already listed as a #1 bestseller in its category on Amazon. That is due to pre-orders alone. The children's book is slated to be released on March 26th. Bratfest has announced its all-star entertainment lineup for the 2019 Memorial Day weekend. Headlining this year's music lineup, Smash Mouth, Randy Houser, and Waylon. For a full list of events, check out our website, channel3000.com. A very unusual and impressive sight took shape in Maine this week. A nearly perfect disc of ice forming in a river in Westbrook. It's not clear how or exactly when it formed. According to the city, the disc is roughly 100 yards across and is spinning in a counterclockwise direction.
Kind of looks like the moon just sitting there on top of the water there. Now, as far as what kind of precipitation we can expect around here, Dave Caulfield with the very latest. Dave?
Well, a little bit of ice still out there across southern Wisconsin, Eric. Some freezing drizzle still remaining for the next few hours at least, and then a cold front will bring in some drier air and sweep this ice out of here. But in Vernon County this morning, north and west of Madison, the ice didn't really collect on the roadways all that much, but it definitely collected on these trees here. Nancy sends in these photos. Thank you so much, and on these hay bales as well. We'd love to get your weather photos, so keep sending them in if you could do so safely. We do have winter weather bulletins still in effect for the next hour or so for the counties you see shaded in purple. Winter weather advisory for some remaining freezing drizzle. So this morning, the problem areas were basically north and west of Madison. Tonight, they've been north and east of Madison, but the trucks have been out there for a couple of hours now, so conditions are improving. There still could be some slick spots as we head into the overnight hours into tomorrow morning, so keep that in mind. Downtown Madison on the Edgewater Skycam, looking at a little bit of freezing drizzle in spots, but that's starting to come to an end as that front comes farther and farther through Wisconsin. 32 degrees for the high today. That's about 5 degrees above normal for this time of year. And it's so tough with freezing drizzle. I really don't like freezing rain and freezing drizzle. You can have snow lovers and you can not be a snow lover, but if you like freezing rain, I mean, more power to you, I guess. But I'm just not in that camp. It causes a lot more problems than it causes more beauty. And on Doppler track, it's hard to see a lot of times, especially in freezing drizzle form. However, as that front continues to come through, we should see it come to an end pretty quickly. Mild air to our south and also high pressure to our south as this low pressure system moves through. We should see some sunshine tomorrow. How about that? I am so excited to get a little bit of sunshine to come our way on Wednesday, and we'll need the sunshine by this weekend because temperatures are really dipping into the 20s and teens by Saturday and Sunday, and you can see this core of cold air come to town right around the 20th and 21st. That's Sunday and Monday, and it really doesn't look like it warms up all that much after that. Overnight becoming partly cloudy once we get any freezing drizzle out of here. Temperatures in the mid-20s. For tomorrow, partly sunny, a little bit colder with highs near 30. So on future track, you can see those clouds basically disappearing as we head into tomorrow. Partly sunny skies, we'll call it, for Wednesday with highs near 30. And then the clouds do come back. A few flurries are possible on Thursday. But as far as snow goes, we're watching Friday into Saturday very closely. Still some differences in the track of that system, but that is our next best chance of seeing some accumulating snow. Now, let's take a look at your 7 to 10 day forecast. By the time we get to next week, the cold weather continuing. Check out some of these lows near zero as we head into Sunday morning and Monday morning. So the cold weather on the way, and also possibly some snow by this weekend.
Winter's catching up with us.
Yes.
Thank you.
And when it's this cold, it is a great time to talk a little baseball. We'll hear from the Brewers' new catcher ahead in sports.
The Milwaukee Bucks start the night in second place in the NBA's Eastern Conference. A game and a half behind the Toronto Raptors. The Bucks host the Miami Heat tonight. It's the second last trip to Milwaukee for Dwayne Wade, who led Marquette to its last Final Four appearance in 2003.
It was always great. You know, I always talk about coming to Marquette many years ago now, and just with a hope and dream, of hopefully becoming good enough to be able to play at the next level, and was able to accomplish that. And every time I come back, it's always great. It's a lot of memories come back. I played in the Bradley Center a lot more memories came back, but it's been great for me.
In the game, they honor Giannis with another Eastern Conference Player of the Month award. He had another triple-double tonight, and the Bucks just drilled the Heat. Brook Lopez has been unbelievable. He's made 109 three-point baskets this season. Final score is Bucks 124, Heat 86. Milwaukee now 31-12 this season. Men's college basketball, Marquette at Georgetown. Marcus Howard out with back spasms after just 3 minutes. But Sam Hauser bails him out. Hauser scores 31, including the game-winning basket here. Final scores, Marquette 74, Georgetown 71. Baseball spring training about a month away, and today the Brewers welcome their newest addition, catcher Yasmani Grandal, who agreed to a one-year free agent deal. The last time the Brewer fans saw Grandal, he was kicking the ball all over the place and eventually being benched in the playoffs. But Grandal isn't as bad as he seems. He's actually a pretty good fielder who is really good at framing pitches, at least that's what the metrics say. And he can hit home runs, 24 of them in the 2018 season for the Dodgers. And the Brewers could use more production from their catchers. Grandal knows he's getting into a good situation in Milwaukee.
In my opinion, this is one of the most complete teams in baseball. I've seen where they're trending. I mean, they've made the right moves. I like the way they play. I like the way that it seems like the clubhouse has a great feel to it. I feel like they click, and it showed last season, especially late in the year.
High school boys hockey tonight. The East Side Lakers visit Sun Prairie, ranked 4th in the state this week. The Cardinals' Travis Kernan, one of the better goal scorers around, but just when he thinks he has another, East Side's Quaid Agard stones him with a glove. But Kernan gets another chance a little later, and he beats Agard. That'll be Kernan's 15th goal of the season. And the final score is Sun Prairie 6, East Side Lakers nothing. Sun Prairie's next game is Thursday night. It's our Prep Mania game of the week. The Edgewood Crusaders visit Sun Prairie Ice Arena in a great non-conference battle. Face-off 7:45 Thursday night. You can watch the game live on channel3000.com. And this video has been making the rounds. It's UCLA gymnast Caitlin Ohashi, who scored a rare 10 on her routine the other night in Anaheim. And this is the move everyone's talking about. Oh, jeepers. She went to get a 10 for the routine. That's, as of tonight, by the way, that video has over 50 million views. We'll be right back.
Here's a look at your 10-day forecast. Tomorrow, I think we'll finally see a little bit of sunshine with temperatures near 30. Some flurries are possible Thursday. Then Friday and Saturday, some accumulating snow is possible with temperatures in the 20s. Cold for next week.
All right, Dave, thanks. And thanks for joining us for News 3 at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.